Airbnbs or VRBOs in El Paso could soon be a bit more pricey for property owners in terms of fees or taxes. These short-term rentals were on City Council's agenda today as the proposed ordinance is still looming over owners.
And that ordinance would cause restrictions to rental properties here in El Paso. KTSM 9 News reporter Tani Davis spoke to some of those owners at the meeting today and tells us how they think it would impact them.
Andy, Natasha, there are around 1,500 to 2,000 rental properties in El Paso. Some of those restrictions in the proposed ordinance include tenant notification and paying City of El Paso's occupancy tax within 30 days of the affected ordinance, as well as a 500-foot restriction between two rental properties. For those who own several or only a couple of rental properties, this affects their income. If the ordinance is passed, most rental owners are concerned about not having rentals within 500 feet of each other. One rental owner that I spoke with who owns over 30 properties says while this would dwindle her down to 7, it is more concerning for those who only own 1 to 2 properties.
Most of the people that are here in El Paso, I'm not the norm. They don't have 30 properties. They only have 1, maybe 2. And the reason why they decided to do Airbnb or get into the short-term rental industry, it's because they needed the supplemental income.
She continues by explaining that this would not necessarily affect tourism in the area, but families who visit the borderland to visit loved ones like those stationed at Fort Bliss and want a comfortable place to stay during their time here.
They come to visit their soldiers. I have most of my properties around base because I understand that my market is for Fort Bliss, that a lot of soldiers come here and they're looking for a place to stay, but they don't want to stay at the barracks. They want to stay at a home where when their family comes and visits them, they can actually enjoy some time.
The City of El Paso has not made a decision about the proposed ordinance, but will be looking at other cities with similar rules in place to see if this could benefit El Paso and its rental owners.
We want to make sure taking those different ordinances into consideration and what they've done, what's best for their city, but really looking at what is right for El Paso and how we can work together with our short-term renters to ensure that it's fair and balanced.
No decision was made today about the ordinance as the city is gathering more information on how this would affect the El Paso community. Natasha?
And Tani, we've done this story before, and those rental owners, they give the city some criticism for not listening to them, not having maybe open meetings or anything like that. So does the city plan to hear from the community anytime soon?
Yes, Natasha, the city will actually be hosting several meetings next month to hear from El Pasoans and their concerns about the effects of the ordinance, and we'll have those dates on our meetings on our website, ktsm.com. Back to you.